Welcome to Robo Daddy's Spaceborne Adventures. Yesterday, I asked a comment that I am now regretting in hindsight, and I asked you guys to decide on whether or not it would be good to build a spaceship that's optimal, ready for space battle, prepared with the best power plants and the best weapons, or launch this entire fucking juggernaut of space into juggernaut of base into space. And of course, you guys wanted me to launch the entire base up there. I mean, there was a fair comment that said that this is the OP mod pack, go big or go home. You know, what's the point of having all these OP mods if you don't do something ridiculous with it? And I actually fully agree. So, today, now that we've stockpiled, bear in mind yesterday we spent fucking ages stockpiling resources, getting our infrastructure in place with the extra drills and the reactor and getting the prison set up, which looks very, very nice. Today we are going to be trying to replace the entire ship with the ship hull, or turning the base into a spaceborne ship, I should say. There are some problems with that. So we do have to install hull tiles. Now what that means is that we are going to have to dig up all the floors under the nuclear reactors. Anything that can't be uninstalled is going to have to be destroyed and rebuilt. That means all of our reactors are going to have to be destroyed and rebuilt. That means our particle accelerators are going to have to be destroyed and rebuilt. The antimatter reactor is going to take a long ass time. I'm going to have to go room by room, basically, ensuring that the whole thing is airborne. I'm going to have to dig up every single wall in the base and replace it, because unfortunately ship hull does not count as a replaceable material. So when we build regular structures, say for example walls, we can replace those walls with other walls. Ship hull does not count as walls. It's obviously a special item. So I am going to have to remove every single wall manually as well. And we're going to have to we're going to have to start somewhere. Should we start with the empty rooms to begin with, because they're less of a ball ache? And then we'll start with these kind of rooms with a lot of uninstallable items. I think every item in there is uninstallable. The lab is going to have to be rebuilt. I can rebuild that and re-optimize that. To be fair, we're not going to need a lab anyway, so we can replace this with a new radiation chamber or something. The external doors are going to have to be replaced all with airlocks. Now, bear in mind, the current armor does count as an EVA suit. So if we do end up launching into space and I've left a massive hole in the wall, or if we do launch into space and say, for example, the mining hole or the steam geyser ends up being just a gap in the ship, we can use these EVA suits to quickly run out and repair it. I'm not sure how the robots will do. That's the only concern. I'm not sure how robots will handle in space, whether or not they'll still operate the same. I assume they would. I don't see why not. Obviously, all of this will have to be replaced with hydroponics. So hopefully by the time we get to replacing some of it, you know, Project Eden will be done as well. So we can swap this stuff out for that. What a mess this is going to be. Okay, so I think what I'm going to have to do to start off with here is basically just plan out the entire edge of the ship, aren't I? I'm going to have to just run along an outline here, or run along an outline of every single wall we've got. Now, I assume spaceships have the same issue that we have with regular structure, in that they need pillars to support them. So I'm going to have to go around even like the weird little shits like this that we've got as well. It also means if we make any alterations in space, it could potentially cave the roof in, and then everybody's going to die. This is going to be... I think we need to get a lot of planning done on the ground rather than take it off into space, then decide on what we want to change around. I think that's all of it. I think let's get around the entire base there. So now we can start pulling it apart and replacing these walls. Like I said, we'll start with the areas that are basically uninhabited. And we'll take it kind of a section by section. So we'll do this room first. Now, we'll know it's worked because when you try and put down the floor tiles, it'll basically say something like, these tiles can only go down in inside a ship hull. So we'll be able to see if it's sealed and obviously correctly set up, because in theory we should be able to put down the floor at that point, right? To help with the complete base rebuild, I'm going to order up a couple more builder bots as well, because I think, actually, let's go for like fucking 4 other things. And let's get some more haulers as well so they can deliver resources to it a little bit quicker. Otherwise, I think we could be here for a long time. And our Eternium patterns have finished drawing as well there, so let's get those installed as soon as possible. That way, we have the opportunity to build... I don't know if the ship turrets can maybe have different materials or whatever, but it definitely couldn't hurt to stockpile the best material in the game. You know, even if it's just while we're trying to survive on the planet for a bit longer, maybe when Void Faction turns up, we could get some Eternium walls, some Eternium turrets down. So in theory, if I've done this correctly now, we should be able to... Ah, there we go. Good shit. And if I try and do that in the other rooms, you can see there it says, must place in a room bordered by only ship parts. So that is the start of our ship? Oh, I thought, for a second then, I thought I placed it instantly. Wow. Right, let's get this shit down as soon as possible. And that's a good first section of the ship, I assume. And I'm fucking hoping... Yeah, I mean, it must, right? I was going to say I don't have to dig up the walls and replace the floors under them, but obviously that wouldn't make sense because it has to be bordered by a ship part. There we are. Okay. Good start. So we'll start working on just the northern section first and get that all dealt with. Oh, God, my poor fucking base. What a mess. I'm trying to reduce the amount of active robots as well, by cutting down on things like the crafting bots, which obviously we're not using right now. What have I agreed to do? Please send me some help. This is taking so fucking long. We've just started replacing the actual walls to this room here. The worst part is, when I put down the ship's hull plating, it doesn't actually tear up the floor. It puts it under the floor, if that makes sense. So it's a terrain replacement, essentially. Problem with that is I can't see what I've done already, short of ripping up the floors that we've already got. So not only do I have to rip up the floors, then put down the new floors, just in case I leave any gaps, because the last thing I want is blasting the space and then all die of asphyxiation, but we are having to tear out all the walls as well. So we are doing quite literally a full base rebuild right now. That's always fun. We've got an hour until the solar flare generator. Oh no. Whoops. My bad. Hang on. Yeah, let's go put that in the freezer. Let's just put that back in the freezer. Well, like nothing ever happened there. What is it? Steel components, plasteel. Now, I have been reinstalling, basically the I/O ports into different rooms, just to basically try and speed up the whole process. Bear in mind, these tiles take, and that's the other problem as well. You can't clip these tiles when they've been placed back down, so you basically got to commit to it. So that means we do have resources to hand here. We should be able to get this finished before the wave turns up. Oh god, I hope so. Anyway. If wave 69 is the void wave and we get wiped out on wave 69, I'm never going to have been ever more annoyed at this game, nor do I think I'll ever be more annoyed at this game. Come on. Come on, build. He's going to get that done. He's going to get that done. Please. Please, brother, build faster. I'm hoping the freezer is enough. There we go. Fucking hell. I'm hoping the freezer has enough power there to keep that thing cooled when it does kick in, when the solar flare does kick in. Assuming it is the Void faction. You never know, we might just be in for another fucking Manhunter pack. Or alternatively, it's nothing? I guess that must mean it's a Borg raid, right? Because whenever the Borg raid, they don't turn up on the wave itself. It was, the last one I think was 6 hours after the raid was supposed to have turned up. So let's kind of keep an eye on things here. So it could be any second now. As long as the turrets are online, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're good. And then our taser array is online. We did have a prison break as well while I was ripping out the top room. So unfortunately, I think everybody besides, like, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, we kept a fair amount of prisoners. We got 6 prisoners. They did get ripped apart. So what I've done is I've put a shitload of taser turrets inside the prison. We got 3 on that side, 3 on that side, 3 at the bottom. I'm hoping that's enough to prevent any future escape attempts. What I really should do is put another second entrance chamber in front of this, so that if people do try and break out, we can fill it full of, I don't know, blast turrets or something like that. Maybe blow their legs off without killing them. Oh, Robo Danny and Robo Mummy are beginning their marriage ceremony. The two of them, in their hyper-powerful armor, having a little wedding in the kitchen. That is just phenomenal, huh? What a wedding right there. Ready for when the Borg come and attack any second now. God, that is some vows I would like to hear. What a fucked up cursed relationship this is built on. Right next to the butcher's table, the gold butcher's table covered in blood. That is just a 10 out of 10 right there. Good for them. Oh, that's nice. It's nice that we got a little bit of a, oh, and then she's immediately off. Brilliant. She just left him in the kitchen by himself. Ah, good. That's what marriage is all about. I'm a big fan of that. Well done. So we're currently up to 5,100 Eternium. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Eternium draws all activated now. So the question is, what can we do with it? Because obviously we haven't really looked into it too much here. Obviously we had the Eternium reinforced walls, which were, was it 50,000 hit points, something like that? Yeah, pretty disgusting. So we could replace our kill box with that at some stage. I think it might be a little bit too late for that now. The turrets will be the interesting thing. What about like beds? Because it implies from the description of the Eternium that it can be turned into all sorts of things. From gas to solid, leather to metal. So what you're telling me is we could potentially build ourselves a nice bed or an advanced-able bed out of Eternium? We can. What's the comfort value on that? Fucking 550% immunity gain factor. 650% rest effectiveness. That's incredible. Yeah, sure, we'll give them a bedroom upgrade here. They're going to be there for, I mean, we could be here for quite a while still. Oh my god, and they're making masterwork ones as well. Hyperalloy end table, masterwork, Eternium dresser, masterwork. Wow, that looks nice. By which I mean, a bit of an eyesore, really. The gold definitely doesn't work there. I want to see what the rest effectiveness we can get with all of this in total. I think that's all of the rest effecting furniture, right? The only thing we're missing is an actual end table, but I don't believe that stacks with the illuminated or the royal one. We got another different type of end table there, too. Well, then we can connect it from far away, so I guess we can put it over there. Maybe reinstall this robot as well. It's been another 2 days since that mystery ghost wave that didn't end up sending anything at all. I assumed it would be the same as the last Borg wave, but didn't happen. So, most of the walls at this point are being replaced. It looks as if they're still blueprints, but that's just from where we've got the plans over the top. You can see everywhere with the yellow line is an enclosed ship segment. So the only thing we're missing is really just the backside of this one, which is just needs building at this point, and then some of the internal structures, which I'm getting to replace now. For whatever reason, they deconstruct before they construct. I guess that's obviously so that they can fill in any holes. Anyway, the one issue I've got is that it's still, like, parts of the base aren't being detected as ship parts, and I don't know why. It says must be placed in a room bordered only by ship parts, and it quite clearly is bordered by only ship parts. Maybe the power cables cause an issue in that regard. Although I think the power cables... No, there are no power cables. That's very strange. I know it looks like there are, but those are the ones that, as you can see, are part of the actual walls themselves. For whatever reason, this just doesn't count. And I don't know what's causing it. Whether or not we're going to have to remove all the machinery and then put the stuff down. But I don't know if it's to do with the airlock doors. Maybe we can only have one... Maybe you can't double up on airlock doors. That might make sense. Although I've quite clearly done that here. I don't know. I basically don't know why certain sections of the ship can't now be designated. I think this one is mainly because it's got the rock chunks in there from where the ceiling caved in. But this one is fucked. Maybe the Rim Atomics bench, because I think that counts as a... I believe that counts as a wall segment, doesn't it? Anyway, the point is we might have to take apart everything, miniaturize it, reinstall it. Maybe reinstall all of the GlitterNet stuff into, say, this room here temporarily, or... It's a pain in the ass, but we are getting there very, very slowly. Ah, that looks like it could be it. It's not the fact that there are buildings on the edge that count as blocks. It might be the fact that there's just quite simply not a roof that we weren't able to see before because it was basically covered over by... okay, let's take a look. No, that was roofed over. Well, that all fell apart. Oh, unless these ship hull parts don't count as holding up the roof. No, it's definitely roofed over. Unless they just haven't finished it yet. Hang on. No, see, there's no option to build the roof there. Maybe this room is because of those trunks, and this room is because there's obviously no roof. That makes a lot more sense. Let's try that and see if that fixes the problem. Alright. Or not then. Fuck. Ah, this room counts now. Okay, well, that's something. So it definitely was the... Definitely was the chunks in there. So let's get that shit dug up immediately. The hell's going on with this room then? Is that now roofed over? Fine. Hang on. Certainly fucking looks like it. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's get all of this. Let's just get it all uninstalled. Have I got like a mass uninstall button here? Yeah. Just get it all uninstalled. We'll put it in storage. We'll dig it all back out later on. Goodbye, particle accelerators. You served us well. I'll obviously rebuild them at some point. We just got to get this ship hull down. The antimatter reactor had to go temporarily as well. Basically, any structures that are larger than 2 blocks in either height or width mean that we can't get to the center of them to obviously replace the floors. Same thing applies to nuclear power plants. Same thing, I think, applies to the reactor generator. So what we're going to have to do is build another Omega generator, probably in here, mainly because it fits the room layout. So I'll probably stick one of those down in there just so that we can keep the power online. Otherwise, when I remove that thing, obviously everything's going to shut down immediately because that's providing almost all the power to the base right now. So go ahead and build one of those in there as kind of an emergency backup. Alright, let's do something like that. There we are. And that fits in that room. That's like the perfect size for it. Just for reference as well, I started recording this episode at 4:54 AM. It's currently 7:46. It's currently 7:46, and we've got less than half the base done. So this is genuinely quite literally going to be about an 8-hour commitment to try to rebuild the whole fucking base. What am I doing? Oh my god, this poor game. This is why it's taking... you know, like 4 hours to get half the base done, by the way. When all the robots are pulling up floors or building roofs or building walls or delivering resources, it's just too much. This poor game, we've pushed it right up to its very limits here. Like, it's fluctuating between 1 and 10 frames a second. Fuck. Oh, God, I hope we can pull out the floors from the middle of the drill. Hang on, let's go see if it's worked on these ones. Keep it paused a second. Remove floor. Remove floor. Oh, thank God for that. What about under here? Okay, we can keep that online as well. Thank fucking God. Otherwise, we'd have had to have pulled every single drill up and then pasted all of the drill orders back in. What about, like, under that? That's fine there. I assume that's all good. The lab is all fine as well. So some of the buildings are obviously walkable, which is why they can walk over the top of this and pull out the floors from underneath it. I assume the same thing applies to the drills. But unfortunately, the Omega reactor is not, which is why under there is still removable floors. So we are going to have to take that apart. That's why I've also just removed all the old nuclear reactors as well. So it turns out to put down the ship hull plating, there needs to be nothing above it. So they are going to have to take apart everything. And they have started taking apart everything. All my matter drawers are gone. All of the drills that we set up are gone. It would have been fucking easier to put a whole new spaceship, for fuck's sake. Does that mean all my nice furniture is going to disappear too? I could blueprint it and put it back over the top. I wonder if that would replace the ship plating. It shouldn't, in theory, because of course there's nothing over it. And we might have to do that. I should have blueprinted all the base rooms without any flaws in before I put the ship plating back in. So if we do something like that, we'll call that living room. That way when we start, or not, that way when we start putting down the hulls and this stuff all gets taken apart, we can put it back down relatively quickly. Oh god, is it time for the next raid already? The Zen Slin Mech Hive. What the fuck? We haven't had a Mechide rave yet. Wow, look at those guys. I still think they're gonna get... What? You can't bring bees. No, that's not allowed. Look at that fucking centipede though. Holy shit. This shouldn't be a problem, right? I don't think this will be a problem anyway. Let's see what they do. I mean, obviously our taser turrets, our stun turrets, I assume won't work. Either, what the fuck have you guys done? What is this? Oh my god, because we don't have a stockpile. They've taken all the things out of our stockpile and they've put them in their kill box. You morons. Okay, whatever. At least I caught it before I got too out of hand, huh? I'm going to go say allow all, and then we'll put that as low priority, I think. Right, okay, look, I don't think this will be too much of an issue. I think that the taser turrets will either work really, really well on the mechanoids, or not at all, because obviously they're delivering electrical pulses, right? Fuck. Okay, well, let's see what happens here. I think our turrets can handle most of it anyway, as long as our robots stay out of the damn way. Oh! Well, that was pleasantly surprising. You see that? Just the damage from the tasers is enough to kill them? Yeah, see, they don't actually take the tased effect, probably because, again, they are mechanoids after all. But they do a significant amount of damage, or I should say not an insignificant amount of damage. And now I get to watch as all my shit is blown up. It's alright, we just got, you know, robotic matrices there, we've got android printers, we've got droid fabricators. That's okay, I don't mind, just get that shit blown up. That's all fine. Oh, Builderbot, get out of there. Run! Oh, God. Okay. I think our taser turret's going to get wiped out. I very much doubt they'll destroy the embrasures, though. Not with fire. Not a chance in hell. Robo-mummy's on it. I forgot that she had that crazy X-Art weapon. Send her in. She might be able to single-handedly take this entire raid. Okay, I'm going to shut down the robots, because we can't afford any of the robots to be destroyed right now, because we've got way too much to do, and we have none of our machinery or factories to do it with. Get out of there, robots. There we are. Okay, that's fine. She's holding the line. Oh my god, look at this go. The fire, is that going to make any difference? Absolutely not. You can't stop Robo-Mo. Too powerful. Just way too powerful now with that fucking X-Arc. Wow. Let's go and send it to go and deal with that Mechanoid before Robo-Daddy gets shot. Get out of there. Run. Oh, it's dead. Brilliant. Well, there you go. That was wave 70. Good God. What the hell is... Oh, it's Eternium. What a mess. Oh, God, this poor base. Gotta be almost done here, surely. With the ship structure, then we've just got to put everything back where we found it. Also, help me. What are we looking at here? So I can't see any more. And again, we didn't have to pull up the floors. I should point that out. You can, like I said earlier, put the plating underneath the floors. But if I were to do that, I wouldn't be able to see what had plating and what hadn't. Because we've done it with this method, we can now look over things and we can say quite clearly all these rooms have plating besides that bit there, which is mud. Okay, do we have to put down... I assume it'll be fine if we just put down a steel bridge and then put the plating over that. Yeah, we can quite clearly see we've got everywhere dealt with now. Okay, great. So I don't think there's any potential for, besides maybe this could cause us some issues, I don't think there's any potential for leakage when we get into space. This has all got plating now besides this room here, and I can't work out why. Let's give it another go. Ship, and hull plating. Nope, won't let me. Why? What's wrong with it? There's no lights on the walls. There's no... is there a hole in the roof? No holes in the roof either. Okay, uninstall the lot then. What are you talking about? Ship must be boarded by ship parts. Well, it fucking looks like it's boarded by ship parts to me, you prick. What's wrong with it? Fuck it. That is an open room now. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just have a hole in the ship. That's where we can, I don't know, throw all of our crap out of. Brilliant. I just don't understand why that room, out of all of the rooms, is the one that's not cooperating. There's nothing in it. Is there something in the walls that could be... Is it because we've got GlitterNet cables running through the walls? I mean, evidently not, because we've got that running across the entire ship at this point. I mean, the only thing that there is the mining hole, and I can't do anything about that. I guess that's what's causing it. Now I've got to take blueprints of everything and try and put it back and hope that it doesn't break. I mean, it looks as if it's going to work fine. It looks as if it's going to work fine, because obviously there was no floor copied over. And that must have gone there. Yeah, this looks acceptable. Okay. Hang on. We might be okay here. We get that one put down. We've got the freezer's good. The water room is still roughly the same. I mean, obviously we'll use we'll put the hydroponics back. Oh, no, we won't, because there are new hydroponics that we got with what was it called? Project Eden, I believe. The antimatter room is really going to be the big one here. This is going to be the one that we have to kind of test if it works. It must be there. Okay, and we'll have to put the antimatter reactor itself back, and I'll have to move some of these ship structural supports, but I think everything's working fine. And then we need the manufacturing auto. That went just about there. Okay, this might not be a problem. Now, I don't think they'll reinstall... Say, for example, we're putting that frozen column on top of a frozen column. I don't think they're just going to reinstall that, are they? While they're working on getting the entire ship back together, what I want to do is... make some quick adjustments to the power room, because this is still a little bit dangerous having it set up the way it is. So I'm thinking we put a couple of the Cosmic Battery Generation Omega. We'll put a couple of those down, and then we'll enforce those with a... do you want to keep these ones? I guess we could keep these ones as, like, backup batteries. We'll bring them down here, though, and kind of do the same thing with what I'm doing with these. But we need to reinforce them with... the Eternium reinforced walls. I think that's probably the safest. But how much Eternium have we got? Oh, obviously none right now, because it's all outside of storage, or I don't know where any of it's gone right now. Okay, well, let's go ahead and put those down as soon as possible, because that way these things, bear in mind, they are not immune to power surges. Oh, but to be fair, power surges happen anywhere in the grid, right? So I guess encasing the battery in a reinforced wall won't make any difference. I'm still going to do it, because I think it'll look cool. Oh, it's the saddest sight I've ever seen in the whole of Rimworld. 32,000 human meat rotted away from where I had to dismantle all of the crap that was in there, all the spare furniture and things that we weren't going to use anymore. They did take away the pillars, and I've only just noticed. That's a real tragedy. That is a modern tragedy right there. It's alright, we'll find plenty of human meat. Do you know how many humans there are in space? Things are coming together. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit like it did before. We want to get the antimatter reactor online pretty much as soon as possible, just for old time's sake more than anything else. Let's go turn that thing on. What are we looking at down here? So I've got 3 drills online. I made sure that we had a minimum of 3. Mainly because we were going to lose a lot of shit, obviously, where we're dismantling things. We're getting back, what, like half of the stuff that we've invested. So I've made sure that we've got plasteel, gold, and regular steel been mined up there. We've got the robots working on that pretty much all the time. I could do with crafting another one of these work speed integrators, to be honest with you. But we can get back up on our feet pretty soon. It's going to take a while to get back to the stage that we were. If I would have known 20 episodes ago I was planning on launching the fucking thing into space, I'd have done it then. But here we are. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. And is that all connected up to is GlitterNet functioning? I've tried to incorporate GlitterNet into almost every room there. Ideally, we want to get every wall surrounded by a GlitterNet terminal so that we can just hook into it from any point in the base. How's the prison coming along? Prison is more or less finished at this point. Good God, this place is just pure fucking decadence, isn't it? Look at that. This room's actually finished. What does it count as? Unbelievably impressive. 189. Wow. It's probably the happiest bug that's ever lived. Or not. Or not, I guess. What do you think of... Oh, of course you probably wouldn't think much about the luxury of your base, would you? Have we got anyone else who might appreciate what we've done for them here? You. I mean, your room is nowhere near as good. What are you thinking right now? Extremely impressive prison cell. Excellent. I'm going to reinstall this down here just to try and facilitate a little bit of a faster turnaround with some of these things that we're producing. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, we'll be back up on our feet in no time then. So we've got 1.3 days. I'll give them another 1.3 days of crafting. But again, the turrets haven't been touched, and I don't think the difficulty is going to ever supersede our kill box. If we get a drop pod raid, or maybe if we do get the Void faction set up, then we'll have something to worry about. But I still think Robo-Mummy with the X-Art rifle and Cosmic Power Armor is just going to be unstoppable. I don't even think the Void faction could even step to her at this point. There we go. Good shit, good shit, good shit. This is all... It's all coming together very, very, very fast. All we needed was a few of these drills, and it's basically just revitalized the whole base overnight. Let's get another plasteel driller going. Hang on a minute, we still have the Call of the Cosmos, don't we? We can just pattern advanced components and regular components. We're doing till X, where X is like 50 on the advanced components and then forever on the regular components? Sure, why not? Even with that thing enabled, we've got 1.3 million watts of excess power. That'll do it. Okay. Yeah, that's so much quicker. Holy shit. I'll go ahead and I'll even go as far to just suspend these bills. It's currently 10 to 10 a.m. I've been playing for quite literally 5 hours now. Things are coming together. Things are coming together. It's taken a little tiny, quite a few hours longer than I expected, but here we are with one almost. Oh, fucking more Mechanoids, really? Are they only going to send Mechanoids at us now because we've cut everything out? What happened to Lord Jonky? Been out in 4 hours. Oh my god, he was attacked by a Bumble drone? Oh, shit. Well, honestly, you deserve that. If you go after a Big B, the Big B will go after you. We need to pull back the animals. I let the animals go free roam for a while because there wasn't any food. Obviously, we have no kibble production facilities or anything like that. Let's go ahead and bring them back to the emergency zone then for the time being. Turrets are fine. Tasers are fine. We probably need to bring the robots just back to base, at least until this is dealt with. Let's get Robo-Mummy on the case. You know what I want to try? Let's just go and send her into battle. Let's go and stand her right here and let her fight all of the Mechanoids single-handedly. Oh, shit, yeah, there's the Bumble drone. I guess it was probably attacked by the dinosaur and then went Manhunter. Wow, did it take 2 shots from that? No way. That first shot must have missed. Yeah, it did. I was going to fucking say, that would be ridiculous. Right. One robot, one robo-wife versus... Oh, fuck, he shot Boxer. You fucking fool. Well, there goes another dinosaur, I guess. Good night, Boxer. Nice knowing you. One robo-waifu versus deathbots. Versus a whole army of deathbots. Holy fuck, there's quite a lot of them, isn't there? Jesus. Who do you think will win? I think I know who will win. I mean, judging by that. I think judging by that, we know who's going to win here. This is insane. What are you doing? What the fuck is that? Oh, Friendly Robo Company caravan was here? I didn't even notice. Well, that should teach that mech hive a lesson. Oh my god, she actually soloed it. That's ridiculous. That's so fucking ridiculous. It's official. We can't outpace the game at this point. Or more specifically, we can't get the game to catch up with us at this point. But no, we've been on max difficulty for what, 4 or 5 episodes now? And not just in terms of playing on Merciless, but also with the maximum points in wave-based survival. I have a feeling there's probably a limitation of wave-based survival, that it will only send up to a maximum of an additional 100 points per raid. The only real solution would be to decrease the amount of time between waves turning up. So I think that's what we might do. I guess you could probably run a wave every single day. The only problem with that is I worry about putting too much strain on the game, given that we did almost just break it building this damn thing. So I've knocked it down to 3 days between waves. That will obviously happen after wave 72, so when we complete that one, that gives us 3 days between each wave. Maybe we'll say when we hit a wave 80, we knock it down to 2 days per wave. Wave 90, we knock it down to 1 day per wave. Maybe trying to aim to get this thing in space by wave 100, or before wave 100. That seems like a pretty good victory condition. We've got the drills back online. Of course, most of our resources are coming from the cosmic drawer and the generators and everything else there, so that's bringing in a pretty crazy amount of stuff. I'm going to copy over another plasteel build to this one, seeing as that one takes the longest. There we are. So we've got a nice consistent stream of resources from our drills there, and we'll put gold on this one as well. We've got the robots, crafting more machinery there too. What I'm doing is I'm also putting down pattern databases so that we can pattern in generating steel, plasteel, components, and I guess advanced components too, directly, and uranium, don't forget uranium, directly from the cosmic draw recipe straight into assemblers. And we'll put down, rather than just a bunch of drills, we should put down a bunch of assemblers instead, because unlike the drills, the assemblers obviously pick up speed. Our particle accelerators are back on as well. There we are. The only issue with what we've got going on right now is because I've used ship hull as a kind of structural support, because there are power cables in it, we keep getting a load of machines just connecting to them. Oh, fuck, that's hideous. Why did you do that? We've got a load of machines just connecting to them because they're obviously just a power cable kicking around there. So we've got to make sure those are removed. We don't need these anymore either because we've already got... Actually, no, we could put down some more composite refiners, right? So we don't really need composite anymore. What do you want to put down on this side? That's the real question. We could put down some more cosmic drawers. That would be kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and leave that one there for today. I apologize that this was not massively action-packed, but you guys voted for this. The majority voted for this. So, there you go. One base converted into a spaceship. We've got to get some more amenities back in place. Obviously, the kitchen's done. The mechanics room is done. We'll get the hydroponics bay done soon. The bedroom's rebuilt. The glitternet looks much better, I think, there. Especially when we've got it rounded off with a few more of those. We've got a new power room as well. It's been a very long episode. Bear in mind, by the time I've edited it and uploaded this thing is going to be probably close to 9 hours from start to finish. So, I apologize that it's only 30 minutes long and not my usual kind of 40-minute episodes I've been doing recently. But my god, that was a slog. That was pretty ridiculous. Had I have known it was going to take that long to just get... And who'd have thought that trying to fly almost the entire map into space would be so fucking difficult, huh? Thank you to the insane top-tier level patrons, without which I definitely would not have 8 hours a day to try and send a map into space. Thank you to Valorane, Hoopaloop, Micah Woolen, Darth Hawk, Silkworm, Gwen S., C-Mac, Chase, Bacon Kitten, Kamara Shmel, Kyle, Layla, Jackson Woodman, Huey Longdong, and Alchemia for their support the insane tier levels on Patreon for making this utter mess possible in the first place. A big thank you goes out to these guys. And a thank you goes out to Erotha, Talar, Shittleder, Outer Mosterly, Will Wade, Hoopalia, Peanut Gorilla, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Night Rouge, I Am Sagataire, Donald, Llewellyn Thomas, Cass, Shlomo, Void Prince Kibo, and Mason Fireblast, along with everyone else over at Patreon as well. My god, I need to just go and take a long walk. Just a long walk. Never to return.